G'day folks, I'm Jaden Drought with the Farm Trader. With me is Chris Bain from AGCO. Today we're with the Fendt 1050. G'day Chris, how are you?
Good. Yourself?
Yeah, good mate. So tell us some of the, new largest conventional tractor in New Zealand, or in the world actually, so pretty exciting for you guys.
Absolutely.
So one of the main features that people establish pretty quick is that it's massive, and part of the reason is the large bonnet, which houses a pretty impressive engine.
It does. A big 12.4 litre man. Yep, so that explains the girth, yes.
So, and what's the max power of that? So over 500 horse?
Yeah, 517 horse.
Okay,
so
cool.
In the big girl, the 1050.
Yep. Okay, so just one of the first things that you'll realise when you're driving it is that you can't see the weight block at all. So that's again is due to the massive bonnet. But tell it. So that's a pretty big piece of iron.
It is. You got 3.3 tonnes sitting out the front there.
And you can look at that with the camera. Is
you
that
can.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So just underneath the nice Diesel Ross badge, there's a camera house, so you can pull that up on the screen, and you got clear visibility then. But straight over that big bonnet, yeah, can't see too much.
So it's tricky on the road. We've established that.
It's different. Yes. Yeah. It's no comment.
No, that's good. Hey, but one of the other things that is really good about it is that, and I guess the 5, 7, 8, 9 series operators, it is literally, once you get over the size, exactly the same as driving any other Fendt.
Yeah, 100%. There's no real difference. Yeah, after that first 10-15 minutes, getting used to how big she is on the road and in and around the farm, it's exactly the same. It's surprising how fast you settle into it.
Yeah. No, good. So another cool feature though is, so tell us about the transmission and the four-wheel drive, because you've got something Gucci going on there.
Yes, yeah. I'm a bit of a self-confessed engineering nerd, so this is where it all gets pretty exciting for me.
Let's have some high-level transmission chat.
All right. So the transmission, if you think about it like it's an active transmission in a supercar basically. Yep. This machine, it will feel what's going on and it will send that torque to wherever it's needed.
Okay.
Also big advantage in headland turning, because it'll actually put extra power to the outside.
Yep.
and give you a pull in or a turn in effect.
Okay.
So even though it's a giant tractor,
yeah.
The turning circle was surprisingly tight.
So it doesn't have side brakes. That's one of the things that people will notice, but that is that side braking effect by essentially powering you around the corner. That's
absolutely, and the good thing is you don't have to do anything.
Yep.
You just turn the steering wheel.
Cool. So we talked about the front weight. Obviously it's got wheel weights. Talk about the weight and how much you can ballast it up, because I guess one of the things that people are going to say is, well, it's all well and good to have 500 horsepower, but how are we going to transmit that to the ground?
Yeah, absolutely. So the transmission itself helps to do that a lot, and obviously, you know, we're not running skinny rubber here, but it's unladen, it's 14 tonne, and you can ballast it up well over 20. Okay. So yeah, we can definitely get that power to the ground. Tests have been done, and even for me, I was a little bit sceptical at the start, but they can do it.
Yep. So Vario grip's an option.
It is.
So just explain how that works. So it obviously runs, you know, it's running air, so it's got compressor on the tractor. So
correct. Yep. Yeah. So it's a tyre inflation system, Vario grip. So basically, you can run one tyre pressure in the field to get maximum contact with the ground, less slippage, and then inflate, get back on the road, and away you go, because this big girl can do well over 50 k's. So you don't want to be running around a low tyre pressure and ruining rubber.
So you can get a 60k spec, is that right? So you can. So there's different options with this sort of machine.
Levels. Yeah. And you know, you got to check local legalities. But most machines be brought into New Zealand 50k. Which in a tractor that size.
She's
plenty,
still
I think.
Along. Yeah. So it's a 4 series lineup. So this is the largest. But so what does it start at, and what is?
So we started at a 1038, 380 horsepower, right up to 517.
Okay. So it's 4 models. So it's 1038, 1042, 1048, 1050. Is that right?
1046. 1050.
Okay. Cool. So there's 4 models. So tell us a bit about some of the other cool things in the cab. So what about the in the terminal, you can also adjust the tyre or set the ballast stuff?
Correct, so it's got something called Grip Assistant. So it's a cool little app. You can jump in there, you can tell the tractor, okay, I'm doing this sort of work, this sort of implement, these are my ground conditions. I have these ballast weights on. It will tell you the best tyre pressure, the best working speed, things like that. And it can also tell you what ballast you should have on. So that's a really cool feature, and Fendt are working on that sort of system a lot to make things easier for the operator.
Cool. Something's cool going on with the cooling.
The front end?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it does the
CAS.
pulling. Yeah, okay, cool. Tell us about it.
Concentric air system.
Yep.
Bit of a tongue twister. But again, back to the engineering nerdiness, you pop the bonnet and you look at that, and it's that's a piece of art, not really a piece of machinery.
So it drags cold air through the radiator rather than pulling hot air through like what happens in a conventional tractor?
Yep, absolutely, and it's actually tilted upwards, so you're pulling cool air down through it, nice clean air, hydraulically driven, separate from the engine, so you're not wasting power.
Yep.
You don't want all that 500 horsepower and have it being wasted on ancillaries. So it's an awesome system, and it can vary. So it doesn't have to run flat out. Whatever the tractor needs, it can do.
Okay. Yep. So talking about running flat out, like some of the impressive things about this tractor is that, you know, you expect it to be screaming at you because it's such a massive machine with so much horsepower, but that's actually not the case at all, is it? It's very low power, high torque, but very low revs.
Correct. So at 1100 RPM, you got 2400 Newton meters of torque.
And that's the maximum power.
Max torque.
At 1100. Yeah. Okay.
1100.
Yeah.
Yep. So this thing really is just putting along, and you've got maximum power.
And so that's given, you know, some quite impressive diesel usage.
Yep. So it's just been through independent fuel testing with DLG. The test numbers, if I can remember them correctly off the top of my head, 235 grams per kilowatt, which is a new record.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's hard to look at this machine and go, oh my God, imagine the consumption and things like that. That's generally where people go. But in conjunction with the new transmission and all those special features, that engine, the way it's operating, it is very, very efficient at what it does.
And you've got to remember, I mean, it's a big machine, so you're going to be, you know, it's about a litres per hectare as opposed to a litres per hour figure when it comes to this sort of scale, isn't it?
You're not putting a bale feed on this thing. It's big tillage, you're covering ground, and you're going to do it as efficiently as possible with this machine.
So thinking about running some of that gear, impressive hydraulic output?
430 litres a minute, maximum. So I can't think of anything off the top of my head that needs anywhere near that, so you're future-proofed as well, and that carries right through to the PDO. The PDO speeds on it 1000, 1000E and 1300. So again, they're thinking for the future, anything that's designed, this machine's going to be able to handle it.
And what about front and rear linkage capacity? Because obviously, like, it's, you know, for that amount of weight to be on the front, you need to be able to lift a serious amount of kit on the back.
3.3 tonne there, and believe it or not, you've still got over another 2 tonne of capacity. So 5.6 on the front, 12.9 on the rear. So you think about it, you could hook up a 700 series Fendt and lift it on the back.
Cool.
So no limitations with this one, my friend.
That's good. All right, thanks very much, Chris. So this is a look at the 1050. Check it out on farmtrader.co.nz and also in the upcoming magazine.